Okay, so welcome to this lesson under Module 5 of Tracking Your Progress. We're going to be talking today about the types of progress measures that you can use because not all measurements are the same and not all measurements are the ones you should base your entire progress decisions on. And so there are generally two types of measures. There are quantitative measures and qualitative measures. So I'm going to go through the quantitative measures first. This, for a lot of people that want to lose weight, lose fat, this is probably the most popular measure that people look at, which is your scale weight. Okay, quantitative measures are things that you can easily measure quantitatively, and scale weight is probably one of the most defining measures for everybody. But the problem is the scale alone doesn't give you the full picture, right? And so we have other quantitative measures that we can use. For example, body measurements, measuring your waist, measuring your hips. Sometimes for men, when we train them, we also get them to measure maybe their arm size, things like this to kind of ensure that the changes that we are seeing are in the right direction that we want. There are also other quantitative measures here, like progress photos. Now, some people might say progress photos are a qualitative measure, but I do think to some degree, if you can take the progress photos and you take them consistently, they can provide some sort of a quantitative look at how you're progressing through the weeks and the months in your journey. The last one are some performance measures as well. And performance measures would refer to, let's say, if you're going to the gym, how much weight are you lifting? Is it going up? Are you doing more reps? Same thing goes for any other type of exercise. Are you getting better at doing the exercise? Let's say you picked up running. Are you getting better at running? Are you getting better at, managing your cardiovascular fitness? So those are the quantitative measures. Now, the other aspect to it are also the qualitative measures. And this is also just as important because sometimes, especially when you're just starting out, within your first 1 to 2 weeks, you're not going to see very many quantitative changes. You're not likely to see that. At least it's not going to be as drastic as you think, especially if you're doing things right. What you will feel though is you will feel a lot of different qualitative aspects change and you start to feel a lot better. And so certain qualitative measures like this can be very important as well. The first and most important one is basically your energy levels and your overall mood. How do you feel on a day-to-day basis? How energetic do you feel on a day-to-day basis? The other one will be strength improvements. Now, some people might be thinking this is relating to the gym and all, but that's not what I mean here. Down here, it could be your daily functional tasks and your general stamina in just moving around and going about your day. This obviously correlates with your energy levels as well, but I think it's more specific to doing things with less effort than you had before. So I give you a perfect example here. Many of the clients that we trained previously that are, let's say, older ladies, they have not done any weight training at all. And for them, maybe even doing something as simple as filling up a kettle of water and putting on the stove can be a difficult and challenging task. Like it feels heavy. But after they start training, after they start exercising, they can, some of them are able to just do it with like one hand. It becomes so much easier to do. So these are qualitative measures that really are quality of life things that you want to kind of look out for. The other one here is a very simple one, but also a very vital one, which is basically how your clothes fit. Many of the people we talk to oftentimes find that they can, after subjecting themselves to the routines that we have suggested, they find that, hey, suddenly I have to switch out my entire wardrobe. I have to go shopping again because I need to buy a whole brand new set of clothes. So qualitative measures are just as important as quantitative measures. They give you the whole picture, and using both together and measuring the correct stuff will allow you to form the best picture. But what happens when you're measuring all this stuff and everything's progressing nicely and suddenly you hit this plateau? So that's what we're going to go on to in the next lesson. So I'll see you in the next lesson.